Good morning, everyone. This is Rebecca, and I work with the Adult Learning Program at the Pueblo City County Library District. And I want to tell you today about some of the GED resources available to you at the library and with our community partners. So, this is the first in a series of videos called A Path Forward. And all of the videos are focused on jobs, education, learning resources. The first resource I want to tell you about is our adult learning library. And in that adult learning library, there are GED resources. There's big GED books. There are smaller resources available to you and specific to subjects like social studies, math, science, language arts. And I just encourage you to come in and take a look around that library. It's on the second floor in nonfiction, which is where I'm at. I'm not by the library because I don't by the specific adult learning library because it's up by the stairs. And since I'm recording, I'm looking for a quiet spot. So I'm back here in biographies. But anyway, I hope you'll come in and take a look at that library. And if you ever want me to show you around, just let me know, and if I'm available, or we can make an appointment, and I'm happy to do that. So that's one resource that's available here at the library. You can also put those items on hold and have them sent to any of our branches. Any librarian can help you with that, and any librarian could help you with getting a tour of that library as well, if I'm not available. And additionally, I do want to let you know that studying for the GED on your own is going to be tough. So if you were a super highly motivated high school student, maybe you got all the way to 11th, maybe even 12th grade, and something unexpected happened and you had to leave, you couldn't finish, you might be a good candidate for studying on your own. Most people need some help because once you've left high school, it just gets tougher and tougher. And the GED test is challenging. So if test taking is hard for you, that might also not be the right option. We have resources available to support you, which includes one-to-one learning coaches. Right now, those coaches are only meeting virtually with people one-to-one. We do not offer GED classes at the library at this time. And so for GED classes, which we strongly encourage everyone to enroll in, especially because you can do GED classes for free or very inexpensively right here in our community. Pueblo Community College offers GED classes, but I would encourage you to check that out. And also SEL tutoring. And SEL tutoring is free. And if you work with the Workforce Center, they can connect you with free resources and with SEL tutoring. And so those can be great options. Check out Goal Academy. Those are great resources. And contact District 60 and District 70 and see what they can do for you as well. So there's lots of options on the table. It just kind of depends on your situation. The goal of this video is to kind of help you know what all of those are. Additionally, the library offers a Career Online High School diploma and career certificate. And Career Online High School is a library, it's a national library program. Pueblo City County Library offers scholarships to that program, much like the Denver Public Library, San Diego Public Library. There's public libraries all over the country that offer scholarships to that program. And it's meant to help really for that program. If you're a working adult, you don't have a lot of free time, going to classes doesn't seem feasible for you, then you can go ahead and enroll in the Career Online High School program. It is a scholarship-based program, so there are some things you have to do and complete in order to confirm the scholarship and receive the scholarship seat. But look on our website, and I'm going to provide all of those resources underneath this video, which will eventually be posted on the Adult Learning website. So if you go to pueblolibrary.org, go to Services and Adult Learner, and then scroll down on the right-hand side, you'll see Career Online High School, or you can also Google Pueblo Library Career Online High School, or COHS, and get started that way. The first step is to complete the self-assessment. So you can also call me at 719-553-0206, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions, or you can send me an email to rebecca.mcgee@pueblolibrary.org. So in the interest of providing you with more information and helping you get familiar with one of our community partners today, I interviewed and chatted a little bit with Scott Lambert, who is the educator and the guy who runs SEL Tutoring, which is the GED program that I mentioned earlier. And he offers classes at night and I believe in the sort of midday, late morning, but we'll answer those in the interview. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something and I hope you find this helpful. Have a great rest of your day and please reach out if we can help. Hi, Scott Lambert. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk more about your GED program here in Pueblo.
That's my pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we'll just start with some basic logistical questions. Could you please tell myself and our viewers the name of your program and tell us a little bit about your in-person GED classes in terms of logistical information, for example, where you meet, when you meet, and how often?
Okay. If there's something I leave out, you can go ahead and prompt me and I'll try to remember. But yeah, basically SEL tutoring, we started about almost 10 years ago. I used to work with the GED program with BOCES. Then I started my own program. We've been at this location where we are now for GED classes. It's the Northside Christian Church, which has been really good people for us for a long time. We're at 2901 High Street for the Northside Christian Church. We have a site at Jack Quinn Center, but right now that's closed because of COVID. So we're hoping to get back in there whenever the world gets back to normal, but hopefully we will. We also have a site in Canyon City. That's not Pueblo County, but that's another site we have. In terms of class times and stuff, we are doing in person. We have options for online for people that need that, and that's their only option. We have an online program, but you do need to come in and get into the program and do an orientation before we can put you into the online program. And then that will meet once a month, either here at Jack Quinn Center, depending on availability. But we do have in-person classes. I have to keep them small. There's no more than 10 people. And we have a lot of space here at the church, which is nice, so we can spread it out. But those classes here at the church are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 2 to 4. And then we have night classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 6 to 8. And that's what we have going right now.
Great. I'm so glad you updated us in terms of what's happening during the pandemic and what's available. Yeah. That's really good to know.
Yeah, we've made changes and we keep making changes depending on what's going on.
That's great. And it's good to know that you have a virtual option as well. With that virtual option, Scott, do you have technology to provide to learners or do they need their own technology?
That is a really good question. I've taken a survey and most of the people have the appropriate tech if we've got to go to online only. And then the people that don't, we've been right now working with Workforce Center to try to provide computers for those guys.
Those are some really pandemic specific challenges. And I know that can be difficult. Yeah. And the library has added a lot of computers, tablets, and hotspots. So, it's worth encouraging or considering encouraging people to get library cards. And then those are very in demand and they might have to go on a holds list, but it is that is an option and we have added a lot of technology. So great. All right. So the next question I had was, well, actually you've answered it because I was wondering about the in-person classes, but we've already discussed that. So the in-person classes are only at the church right now. Is that correct?
Right. That's the only location where we have in person. There, everybody has a mask and we're less than 10 and we have the social distancing. So that's until I get a new directive coming down, that's okay. And that's what we're doing.
Great. So what's the cost of your GED program, Scott? And is there assistance available for that?
Well, up until last year, it was only $20, but with this new grant we just got, the classes are free.
That's
It's a
fantastic.
requirement of the new grant that we cannot charge anything.
Wow, that's
So,
great.
classes are free. Can't beat
That's
that.
amazing.
And we, for the most part, we can help with testing too, because I know practice tests, I have voucher codes for that, so I pay for the voucher codes. And the real test, if you have a need and you can't pay, we can pay for those too.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
Thank CDE and the new grant we got.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Good to know. So the next question is, and you've sort of answered this, but maybe you'll delve a little deeper. How many years have you been teaching and helping adult learners? And can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah, when I saw that question, I was thinking about that. I've been teaching a long time. I've done this program for 10 years. I worked GED adult ed here in Pueblo for now almost 20 years. And before that, I taught, so I've probably been teaching for like at least 40 years. But prior to coming here, I taught in California, and I taught special ed for a long time, emotionally disturbed kids. I taught regular schools. I taught junior high, I taught high school. I pretty much taught just about every possible thing you could teach, at least a little bit. But the GED is definitely my favorite. All that's been stripped away, and I just get to focus on teaching. That's one reason why it's just way more fun. And then the other thing, and I don't want to anticipate any of your other questions, but how much I enjoy GEDs, because these guys are really trying to do something meaningful with their lives. And that was the other reason why I just love doing GED.
Yeah, that's awesome. So just starting to kind of wind down and moving away from all that logistical stuff, and just wanting to know if someone is thinking about taking that next step toward finishing their diploma or getting a high school equivalency credential, what words of encouragement can you offer them?
Well, man, it's one of the most important things you can do with your life, especially if you don't have that high school diploma. It's really going to hamper you if you do not have it.
Yeah.
And it's the longer you wait, I have to be honest with you, for those of you that are thinking about this, the longer you wait, the tougher it gets.
Yes.
If you're kind of fresh out of school, you might be able to do it pretty quickly. You might get in here, and that's one of the things I'm strong at, is getting people in and out quickly if they can do it. So it's a challenge. It's not easy, but if you're ready to change your life and get it going in a positive direction, that's what we're here for. And there's few things for you, your family, your future family, your kids, how important it is. So try to find that motivation, because we're here to help you.
That's awesome. And then just a couple more questions. The next one is, since I can tell you're very passionate, and I know that you and I have known each other for almost a couple of years now, and I know you're very passionate about what you do. Is there, obviously with considerations of privacy and not naming full names, is there a particular graduate that comes to mind when you think about when they first walked in your door and where they are today, someone that you know the GED has really made a difference in their life, that you could tell us that story?
Yeah. Actually, it was hard to choose as a few. I mean, there's a couple. The first one is somebody. It was 20 years ago, almost when I first started doing GED stuff, and I helped him and his brother get his GED. And he went on and graduated from PCC. He graduated from CSU Pueblo, got a graphics design computer degree, and now he's my tech guy, and he's on our board. He's on our board of directors.
Fantastic.
So up through this, it's really nice to have somebody that got a GED that's on the board, because he knows where we're coming from. He knows how important it is. Absolutely. It's a nice thing having him part of our family. And then somebody just recently, it was kind of cool. Somebody came in, and he was recommended by his girlfriend. I think they're getting ready to get married. And he told me his girlfriend was somebody I had 2 years ago who was great. She is a great kid. And she is now, he told me through her that she is now an EMT.
That's awesome.
And is doing, works with the ambulance, rides the ambulance. And that sounded great for her. And the first thing I said to him was, you got to get her come in and talk at graduation when we have a graduation again. Because those are the type of stories I love sharing with the graduates and the people in the audience. It's somebody that, I mean, I knew she was really capable, but that is a cool job. And she's cool under pressure. She's smart. That's a really good job for her. And I'm really proud of her. And I'd like her to come back to see her. And so she can talk to the students. So yeah, I could probably go on a while talking about guys that I heard that go on and do stuff. And I always try to get them to come back and talk to the students.
That's great.
Cool.
Since you brought up graduation, is that an open invitation to former graduates of yours or anyone who sees this to come and see your graduations that you do?
Oh, that'd be nice. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always the last week of June and the last week of December, but we're not having one this year. But so last week of June, that is definitely an open invitation for anybody that sees this to come in. And if they're not comfortable speaking in front of the group, I will not make them, but I love seeing them. And if they are comfortable, it's really nice to share their stories with everybody else. That's usually one of the high points of graduation.
I can vouch for how touching those graduations are because I attended one myself.
They're the best day of the year. It's really kind of a bummer we're not going to be having one this year.
Yeah, it's a tough year for everybody. And that is one of the reasons I wanted to do this video series. So thank you so much for making time to share how your program is this incredible resource for our adult learning community in Pueblo. And I love to hear that you're doing some work in Canyon City as well. I used to teach in Fremont County, so that's fantastic. And so I guess we'll kind of move toward wrapping up. And I just wanted to ask you if you could share your contact information, phone number, email. That would be really helpful for our viewers.
I think you can get to my email through the website, which is scltutoring.com. But I give it real quick in case somebody doesn't want to go via website. It's scelambert@hotmail.com.
Great.
And then the best phone number to call is the office number where you can always leave a message and we'll try to get back to you within 24 hours. And that number is 719-485-2456.
Fantastic.
That's probably the best way.
That's great. Thanks so much for making time for this today, Scott. I know you're really busy, and I think our viewers will appreciate it as well.
I appreciate, I think it's a really good idea.
Thanks.
I like being a part of this, and hopefully we can connect with some people that